If you're watching this, you must have watched my Dress Up Darling already. It was pretty good until the end. It's almost guaranteed to have a season 2. It had almost the equal 50-50 amount of lewdness and wholesomeness, like you losing your 50-50s to Chi-Chi in your pools in Genshin. You know, I think it's actually quite remarkable that all the manga fans' favorite romance manga are becoming anime right now, like Uzaki, Nagatoro and Shikimori and the like. I'm feeling that Akutsu and Kubo are just around the corner. If not, I'll be spinning it into existence. What's coming up next is actually my personal favorite out of all of the quote-unquote waifu mangas being adapted, which is Shikimoris Son's Not Just a Cutie, which before it was actually translated as That Girl Is Not Just Cute, but its name changed somewhere a few months before the anime was announced. First of all, I am not trying to start any waifu wars, okay? This is just an opinionated statement of a video with my personal bias. Dress Up Darling is a good manga and anime too. The basic premise of Shikimori Son is that there is a guy that has really bad luck and spared everything he touches turns to shit. He is just a trap magnet, I mean the normal kind of trap. All kinds of dumb shit happens. Then his girlfriend, which is Shikimori Son, is the cool badass that is saving him all the time. Like for example, you saw in the trailer the building was falling for him. That is just one of the unlucky things that happens to him. It happens all the time in the manga. Then she comes in and hits it away. Yeah, so that's basically like 90% of the plot. At least the most important stuff. First of all, they are already in a relationship, which is different right off the bat. I mean, I can understand why they did, right? I think having a dominant female character already in a relationship, I mean that's already in a it's almost not seen. I mean, I personally didn't even remember any. It's kind of unique. Also, I heard the confession scene in My Dress Up Darling was fantastic, but I probably won't be in the anime anytime soon. This is not a spoiler because every romance show has a confession scene. I didn't tell you how it happened, where it happened. But when it happened, it could be season 2, 3 or any season. Okay? I personally haven't read it yet. I already read until like chapter 40 or 50. And I think the current manga is around 73 or something. Shikimori is actually top tier wholesomeness. Just like an old video I made where I talked about it, it's basically what I read at night to happily sleep with my heart full of diabetes. The story is for the most part absolutely boring. Boring is the same story in every high school romance I've seen and you've seen in your life. You go to school, there's a study in the library chapter, there's going to the movie chapter, going to beach chapter, exam chapter, meeting parents chapter, parents meeting the other parents chapter. It's extraordinarily normal. And I think the author intended it that way, just so the characters can shine. Mainly the Shikimori and the male lead. So on to the characters. Again, Shikimori is clearly the reason you should be watching this anime. For God's sake, it's in the title. I will say out of all the waifu characters, I mean like Komi, Marin and Nagatoro, so on and so forth, he is the most glaringly dangerous and exudes big mommy energy. That's where our male lead comes in. Just as I said earlier, he is really unlucky. He is the damsel in distress. The roles are gentle swap, make no mistake. Side characters, the friends are mostly acceptable. You got the guy friend who is closest with the male lead, which makes Shikimori-san jealous sometimes for some reason. Hey, come on, they're just best buddies. Then you have the two friends, which for the most part is just to serve to egg on Shikimori, to dominate our poor little guy even more. Nothing really out of the ordinary. And so far from what I've seen, they don't have any of their own, their own male couples to couple with. What makes our two characters outstanding is the roles being reversed once in a while. We are merely wanting to let Shikimori feel like an ordinary girl for once, and that adds extra character. That is in fact one of the reasons I love this manga. It turns the character's personality 180 once in a while. The beta becomes a giga shit and the mommy becomes submissive and breathable. If that makes any sense. Then there are the love rivals, which are almost identical personality to Shikimori, which is actually amazing. Amiri is such a pushover, such a kind guy, has a face that just makes you want to dominate him. From the trailer I can see there is the senpai character, which is one of the rival characters. Our mommy Shikimori has to be a friggin' ferocious tiger and defend her meal, her prized possession. On another small note, I absolutely adore that they kept the watercolor hair of the characters following the manga. It's rather unique as only other manga I could remember doing this was Tokyo Ghoul from the way back with Haneki's hair. It kind of looked badass and also looked pretty unique and individualistic. So basically, like Giguk said, Marin is a Sigma female, but Shikimoris Son is a Giga Chat female as well. So as for those who haven't seen the manga, the anime is 1000% worth watching. For me as the manga reader, I won't likely watch it, but I'll take a look every now and then because the art actually looks amazing. I don't know what studio made this thing, but goddamn, good on them. Yeah, that's all. Subscribe for more wholesome romance manga and less frequent anime content. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like the content. Have a lovely day.